Hello everyone! Kamusta? I hope everyone is doing well. Lately ulan ng ulan. Sana mga safe and dry kayo Anyway, ang lecture natin ngayon is another journal article review. Let me share my slides. Ito yung title, Exploring the Effects of a Materialistic Lifestyle on Mental Health. Ang haba na naman, naubos na naman hininga ko. Okay? Sa bilang ko, this is already the 30th pang 30 na nating journal article review. So marami na rin tayong article na nabasa, no? So this is the article that I'm talking about. Pwede nyong i-download and you can just read on your own. At nakita nyo naman hinighlight ko yung mga sasabihin ko dito. Baka sabihin nyo, abstract lang binabasa ko Okay? Talagang binasa ko to page by page. Okay? Here's the APA citation para sa mga mahilig mag-research dyan. Baka magalit na naman kayo sa akin, sabihin nyo, hindi ko kayo tinuturuan ng tamang psychology. Ito na pag magsasite ng article, dapat APA format. Yon. Si Capetom and Tadros 2024, medyo recent to Oo, so this is very fresh article. So going back to that title, I just want to highlight the first word materialistic from the word materialism. After all, this article is about materialism. So kung babasa ka ng articles on materialism, you will realize that this is a very busy area of research. As in, ang daming journal articles that talk about materialism. So in this article, sinimulan nila by defining what materialism is. Sabi ni Richins and Dawson, 1990, as you can see, 1990 pa lang pinag-uusapan na yan. Ito raw ang ibig sabihin ng materialism. Let me read. Materialism reflects the importance a person places on possessions and their acquisition as a necessary or desirable form of conduct to reach desired end states, including happiness. So kung ang nagpapasaya sa'yo, kung ang point ng buhay mo are material things, buying something, achieving something worldly, having something on your possession, yun yung point ng buhay mo, then we can say that mataas ka sa materialism. And how would you know kung gaano ka kamateryoso? Meron tayo mga scales na pwedeng gamitin to measure that, such as the MVS, also known as the Materialism Value Scale. Isa to sa mga pinaka-common na scales na ginagamit to measure how materialistic a person is. Gagawa natin ng ibang lecture yan where we will focus on that scale alone. But for the meantime, ano lang ba yung mga general characteristics ng isang taong materyoso? Para din malaman nyo kung kayo ba materyoso. At sana naman honest kayo Kung materyoso kayo, aminin nyo na. Huwag na kayo pa deny. Okay? So kapag sinagutan mo raw yung MVS, ito yung mga general items na ibibigay sa'yo, no? If you read this part of the article, sabi dito, MVS, kasama dyan yung centrality of possessions and their acquisition in a person's life. Ibig sabihin, yung buhay mo, naka-center, o ang purpose ng buhay mo is to gain something material. Halimbawa, goal mo sa buhay magkaroon ng Rolex. Ang goal mo sa buhay, magkaroon ka ng sports car. O ang goal mo sa buhay, makarating ka sa Europe. Kapag yun na yung endpoint mo, something material, then most likely magiging mataas ka sa MVS. Kumbaga, ang simpleng test dito is, kapag nakuha ko na to, pwede na akong mamatay. Yon. Ano yung ilalagay mo doon? Kapag nakuha ko na to, blank. Pwede na akong mamatay. Kapag ang sagot mo doon sa blank na yon is something material, then most likely, mataas ka sa MVS. Isa yan sa mga subscales ng MVS. And then, materyoso ka kapag, sabi dito, the belief that possessions and their acquisition are essential to one's happiness and life satisfaction. Malaki ang hatak ng mga material things sa kaligayahan mo. Okay? So halimbawa, tuwing makakabili ka ng bago o tuwing merong kang gustong bilhin na nabili mo like cellphone, kotse, condo, whatever material, yun yung nagpapasaya sa'yo. Got it? And the reverse is true. Kapag hindi mo nakukuha yung something material na gusto mo, hindi ka nakakain sa mamahaling steakhouse, hindi mo nabili yung sports car na gusto mo. Yon, pwedeng maging reason yon kung bakit hindi ka magiging happy sa life. Okay, so to make the long story short, in general, if material things are the ones that hold your emotions, yun yung nagpapasaya sa'yo o nagpapalungkot sa'yo, then most likely, materyoso ka, mataas ang score mo sa MVS. And the last one, another general characteristic of a materialist person would be the use of possessions in judging the success of others and oneself. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, yung batayan mo ng success, ang standard mo is material. So pag tinanong ka, paano mo malalaman kung yung tao successful o hindi? Ang sagot mo, kapag meron siyang ganito or ganyan. Yun, halimbawa, kapag nakabili ka ng 5 Rolex, okay ka. Yun. Kapag 5 ang condo unit mo, ibig sabihin successful ka. Ganyan mo sinusukat yung mga tao kung successful sila o hindi. Magkano yung pera nila, ilan yung bank accounts nila, and you also apply that to yourself. So ikaw, kung tatanungin mo yung sarili mo kung successful ka o hindi, gagamitin mong standard yung possession mo. Magiging successful lang ako kapag may bahay na ako sa Forbes Park. Yan. Magiging successful lang ako kapag napuntahan ko na lahat ng bansa sa Europe. Kapag ganun yung standard mo ng success, something material, then most likely, materyoso ka, magiging mataas ka sa MVS. May kanta nga dyan na related dyan, yung kay Madonna. Alam nyo ba yon? Nako, pigilan nyo na naman ako pag nakakakita ako ng lyrics, gusto ko na naman kantahin pero baka makopyright. May kanta si Madonna, ang title Material Girl. If you read the words of this song, para siyang materialism na naging tao. Ito yung itsura ng tao na mataas ang level of materialism. Sabi niya, they can beg and they can plead, but they can't see the light because the boy with the cold hard cash is always Mr. Right. Uy, yun lang yung sasagutin niya. Yung may cold and hard cash. Yan yung mamahalin niya, sabi niya. Because we are living in a material world. And I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world. Napapasayaw na ako dito. And I am a material girl. Yun. So, aminado naman siya, no? Na mataas yung level of materialism niya. Does that make sense? So kung ito si Madonna, pasagutin mo ng MVS, ang prediction natin dito, most likely, magiging mataas ang score niyan. Kasi nasatisfy niya yung 3 characteristics dito. Okay? So with all that, I want you to pause and reflect. Ikaw ba na nanonood ngayon, how materialistic are you? And number 2, from you look outside, do you think the Filipino society in general, how materialistic are we? And then as you answer these questions, kung meron kayong extra time, habang nasa Tagaytay kayo, umiinom ng kape, pag-isipan nyo, etong numbers 1 and 2, i-connect mo sa overall psychological condition. Do you think yung materialism ng tao or society in general, konektado kaya yan sa overall psychological condition natin? Do you think being a materialistic person is good or not good for our psychological condition? Diba? These are very interesting questions to ask, which is very related to the research question nung journal article na binabasa natin ngayon. In fact, yan yung gusto nilang malaman. Does materialism negatively influence a person's mental health? Okay? Ngayon, ako ang gagawa ng hypothesis dito. Okay? Kung ako ang sasagot sa tanong na yan, ang hypothesis ko, an intelligent guess would be, I think the answer is yes. Mag-agree ako dyan, na mas mataas ang materialism ng tao, mas materyoso ka, mas hindi maganda yan sa mental health mo. And what would be the basis of my hypothesis? I am going to go biblical here. After all, ako, the way I see psychological truth is based on the spiritual truth by the scriptures. Okay? Paano ko nasabing yes? Kasi, if you read the Holy Scriptures, marami mga statements na sinasabi or nagpapakita na hindi talaga maganda ang materialism sa mental health ng tao. Like for instance, the wisest man who ever lived in the Old Testament, si King Solomon, na-sense na niya yan eh. He was talking about materialism here, loving the world. Diba? Sabi niya, whoever loves money, yun, which is an indication of materialism, never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This too is meaningless. Focus kayo sa mga red words. Never has enough, never satisfied, meaningless, pampababa ng well-being yan. Ito yung mga psychological factors na magpapababa sa well-being mo. And if you read his statement, Ano yung cause kung bakit lumalabas yung mga red words na yan? Never has enough, never satisfied, meaningless, sagot, expressions of materialism. Loving money, loving wealth, so on and so forth. Sa New Testament naman, meron tayong clue, no, sa mga sinasabi ni Jesus. For me, the greatest psychologist of all time. Siya lang naman kasi gumawa ng psyche, no? Kaya most likely he makes sense when he says something about the psyche. I mean, when he says something like, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth." I think, being the creator of the psyche, dapat natin tanungin bakit kaya? 'Di ba? Sure ball, merong matinding dahilan 'yan kung bakit niya direktang sinabing do not. Kumbaga, gamitin mo yung language ng article, huwag kang maging mataas sa materialism. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth. Bakit kaya? Being the creator of the psyche, for sure, merong magandang dahilan yan si Jesus. Bakit sinabi niyang do not? Hindi naman niya siguro sasabihin, wala lang, gusto ko lang. Di ba? Meron niya psychological reason. After all, God is a rational God. Fortunately, kung ituloy-tuloy mo lang basahin yung words ni Jesus, sinabi naman niya kung bakit eh. Ano yung risk factor when you store up for yourself treasures on earth? Kapag mataas ang level of materialism mo, ayun. In another teaching, he said, what good it is for someone to gain the whole world, yet, eto na, yung red words, forfeit their soul. Now we know. Kaya pala yung sinabing do not dito kasi may psychological risk na kapag ang tao, mataas ang materialism, na-forfeit ang soul. Dun pa lang pakinggan mo, forfeit the soul. Matindi yung word na forfeit. At matindi yung object na na-forfeit, which is the soul, which we can translate to hindi ito magandang psychological condition. Maraming pwedeng masamang mangyari sa psyche natin, sa soul natin, kapag masyadong mataas yung level of materialism natin. Kaya nga, going back to that research question, yan yung gusto nilang malaman ng mga authors. Does materialism negatively influence a person's mental health? And this is their conceptual framework. Mineasure nila yung materialism by an instrument, and then gusto nilang malaman kung ang materialism ba ng mga tao kayang mag-predict. So materialism here was considered as a predictor of certain outcome variables na may kinalaman sa mental health. So mental health in general. Ang materialism ba predictor ng mental health? Specifically, breakdown pa nila yung mental health into sub-units. Okay? Or sub-factors in the language of psychological assessment. Ano yung sub-factors na yan ng mental health? Anxiety, depression, and psychological well-being. So, they answered or they confirmed this framework by using statistical analysis. So, nag-multiple regression sila dyan. Does that make sense? So, ang predictor variable mo dito is materialism. Outcome variables are these three. Paano mineasure yung materialism? Gumamit ng MVS. Paano mineasure yung anxiety, depression, and psychological well-being? Gumamit ng short-form health survey. Again, i-combine mo tong tatlong to, that would make up a person's mental health. Okay? Does that make sense? Sino yung mga involved dito in this study? Based on their article, the total participants includes, 586 individuals. The sample in terms of gender consists of medyo overrepresented ng mga babae dito. 500 plus females, only 31 males. Ang tanong, bakit kaya? Bakit karamihan females? Hindi ko alam. Meron bang ini-imply yung mga authors dito? Hindi ko rin alam kasi hindi naman kami close. Okay? But let's just take this as is. Okay? Mas maraming babae kumpara sa mga lalaki. So, going back to that conceptual framework, yun yung ginawa nila. Each of those 586 individuals binigyan ng materialism value scale and short form health survey. Tapos kinuha yung mga scores for these variables. So may score ka sa materialism, another score for anxiety, another for depression, another for psychological well-being. Okay? So ano ba ang hypothesis nila? Ang hypothesis nila, ang materialism would have a positive relationship with anxiety. Meaning, mas materyoso ka, mas mataas ang anxiety mo. Another hypothesis was, the higher you are in materialism, mas mataas ang level of depression mo. That's another hypothesis. And the last hypothesis was, Mas mataas ang materialism, mas mababa ang psychological well-being. So that's a inverse relationship. Okay? Negative relationship between materialism and psychological well-being. So fast forward, para hindi na tayo magtagal, kumuha sila ng mga data, nag-statistical analysis sila, and guess what? Lahat ng hypothesis nila tama. Confirmed. Yun nga yung nakita nila. Ulitin natin, mas materyoso ka, mas mataas yung chance na anxious ka. Mas materyoso ka, mas mataas yung chance na may depression ka. At mas materyoso ka, mas mababa yung overall psychological well-being mo, according to their findings. And then from here, kung babasahin yung article, kinonect nila yung findings na yan sa mga interesting details that they have read about materialism. So hindi ko mape-present lahat kasi masyado tayong haba. If you want to know all of this, download and read the article. But let me just present some. Ano ba itong mga interesting details na to about materialism? Ito. Sabi sa mga previous studies, lower materialism was found to be associated with increased happiness and decreased depressive symptoms. So maganda. Maganda kung mababa yung materialism mo. Sa Tagalog, hindi ka materyoso. Hindi ka masyadong mahilig sa bago. Hindi mo pinaprioritize yung mundo. Hindi mo pinaprioritize yung makabili ka ng mga mamahaling objects. Mas ganun ka, mas hindi ka attached sa mundo, mataas ang happiness, less likely to be depressed. In another study, materialism has been propositioned to be a predictor of subjective well-being. And that prediction is a negative prediction. Mas mataas ang materialism, mas mababa ang well-being. Mas hindi ka materyoso, mas mataas ang well-being. Gets nyo? In another study, in actuality, materialistic individuals tend to be less happy as well as less satisfied with their lives versus individuals who are less materialistic individuals. So kapag mataas ang materialism mo, laging gusto mo bago, laging gusto mong mamahalin, ang goal mo sa buhay, magkaroon ng sports car, makapunta sa Europe, nako-compromise pala yung level of happiness mo and your satisfaction. Kaya nga, if you combine all these three, ang common message lang dito is if you want to be happy in life, what do? You have to be less materialistic. And by the way, ginawang documentary yan merong mga academics na gumawa ng experiment on themselves na nagpaka-minimalist sila. Yan. For those of you who are familiar with the term minimalist, ito yung opposite ng pagiging materialist. 'Di ba? Yung mga minimalist, dinidetach nila yung mga sarili nila from excessive owning and buying of things. In fact, may podcast yan, no? I highly recommend you listen to their episodes to learn more about minimalism. Ang pangalan, Minimalist. And then meron din silang Netflix documentary dyan. Ang pangalan, Minimalism. Basahin nyo o pakinggan nyo, panoorin nyo. Ang kiniklaim ng mga authors na to, ng mga researchers na to is the key to wellness. If you want to have peace of mind, if you want to have higher level of happiness, is to own less and to want less. Mas hindi ka materyoso, mas gumaganda yung psychological condition mo. Okay? As supported by these studies that I have mentioned. So with all this, I want you to pause and reflect. Ikaw ba na nakikinig ngayon? Yung nakasando na blue, yung nakaduster na red. Kala nyo, hindi ko kayo nakikita. May tanong ako sa inyo. What are the chances that the reason why you are so sad is because you have too much? Grabe, no? Ang lalim ng question na yan. Hindi kaya nakaka-contribute yung factor na yan, na kaya ka pala malungkot, kaya ka hindi ganun ka-satisfy sa buhay, is because you have too much. Which is so counterintuitive. Kasi sa culture natin, ang katuruan baliktad. Mas marami ka, mas magiging masaya ka. But what are the chances na hindi pala ganun? That teaching is a lie. In fact, the opposite is true. The less you own, the more you become happy. At tumitibay yung hypothesis ko na totoo yun, that the less you own, the more you become happy, kasi sinuportahan ni Jesus yan. If you read the Gospels, ang dami niyang sinabi that pretty much reflects minimalism. I would even say that minimalism is biblical. 'Di ba? In some teachings of Jesus, sinabi niya, do not store up for yourselves, yung kanina, sinabi ko na 'yan. Huwag kang mag-hoard, huwag kang mangolekta ng mga bagay-bagay. There's a reason why sinabi niyang do not. Huwag kang ma-attach sa mga bagay-bagay. Bakit? Kasi nga si Jesus, alam niya ang psychology. Alam niya, when you become attached too much, when you own so much things, mako-compromise yung mga positive psychological variables mo such as happiness and satisfaction. O may isa pang teaching si Jesus. Jesus told him, ito yung rich young ruler, if you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give it to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven, then come follow me. If you notice, Jesus repeatedly in his teachings places low value sa mga material things. Lagi niya sinasabi yan. That material things, the more you get attached to it, the less you become okay. It becomes a spiritual problem for you in the long run. Diba? Kaya nga again, going back to that question, makes sense, diba? Baka naman kaya hindi ka satisfied, kaya ka laging na-anxious, parang napapagod ka in your everyday life because you have been programmed by our society to have so much. When the truth is, you just need so less. Makes sense, no? Materialism, sabi pa sa literature, has been associated with, this is interesting, low levels of gratitude, empathy, as well as additional occurrences of conflict in relationships. So, yung mga taong materyoso, according to the literature, yun yung nangyayari sa kanila, yung mga red words. Low levels of gratitude, empathy, and bumababa yung quality of relationships, which, if you combine all these three, pampababa ng mental health to the point na sobrang baba ng mental health mo, baka mapunta ka sa DSM-5. In fact, merong support dyan na binigay dun sa article, yung pagiging sobrang taas ng materialism is very related to a disorder sa DSM-5 called the hoarding disorder. Basahin nyo na lang on your own. Pause the video if you need to, yung mga symptoms ng hoarding disorder. Yan. So kapag materyoso ka, most likely, mataas yung chance, mataas yung probability na mag-develop ka ng hoarding disorder, which is an indicator that your mental health is not okay. Kasi nga, nagsibabaan big time yung gratitude, empathy mo, and yung quality of relationships mo. To be more specific, yung mga taong may hoarding disorder, okay, which are very high in materialism, in general, meron silang high conflicts in their relationship, high dissatisfaction in their relationships, and for those people who are married, yung mga kasal, kapag parehong materyoso si husband at si wife, pareho silang mahilig sa Rolex, pareho silang ang goal sa buhay makumpleto ang European tour. Sabi sa data, mas mataas daw yung chance of marital dissolution. Hindi ako may sabi niyan. Sabi ni Steketty and Frost. Hindi ko rin sila close. No? Pero yun yung kanilang research. Excessively high levels of materialism to the point na nagkakaroon ka na ng hoarding disorder, masyado ka nang obsessed sa gaining things, hindi ka nagtatapon, puro ka, akin na lang. Okay? Yan daw yung ginagawa sa quality of your relationships. Makes sense, no? Alright. Ito pa, sabi dun sa review of literature ng article, humanistic psychologists such as Fromm and Maslow and Rogers, meron din itong historical validity. Yung findings nung study nila ngayon, noon pa pala na kikita yan. Whose work state that chasing ambitions based on extrinsic rewards, the conditional approval of other people, and having rather than of being divert individuals from the meaningful facets of life, as well as, ito na, read this, potential lead to psychological pain. Ganun pala yun. Kapag masyadong mataas ang materialism mo, ginagawa mo yung work mo out of extrinsic rewards such as money. Yan. Nagtatrabaho ka lang para kumita. Yung mga ambition mo, puro external, puro extrinsic. Para makabili ng bag, para meron kang plane ticket sa Europe, para makabili ka ng mga mamahaling damit. Kapag yan yung motivation mo in doing things, in doing your work, anong sinabi dito? Mataas ang chance na magkaroon ka ng psychological pain. Hindi na nila sinabi kung ano yung mga psychological pains na yan. Tanungin nyo na lang si Nickerson et al. But what they're saying is, working or doing something for gaining material things is not good. Pang IO psychology ko, idea yan. Na pag nagtatrabaho ka, dapat ginagawa mo yung trabaho mo because you love what you do. Something that is intrinsic. Kaya mo ginagawa yung trabaho mo kasi mahal mo yung trabaho mo, gusto mo yung ginagawa mo, hindi dahil sa may makukuha ka kasing something external, something material. Kaya nga nagme-make sense na naman yung bilin ni Jesus dito sa mga disciples niya, di ba? When He assigned His disciples to go and preach the word, preach God's word, may bilin siya. Provide neither gold nor silver nor copper in your money belts nor bag for your journey, nor 2 tunics, nor sandals, nor staff, for a worker is worthy for his food. Ibig sabihin, huwag kayong magtrabaho na ang purpose nyo is to gain material things. Gawin nyo yan because you know that's the right thing to do. Jesus was preventing his disciples from experiencing these potential psychological pains. Alam niya kasi na kapag masyado kang naging attached sa mga material things, it's not good for his disciples' mental health. So, binili niya yan. Huwag kayong ma-attach, huwag kayong mangolekta ng mga material things na yan. O, yung negative example dito, si Judas. Hindi kaya yung explanation kung bakit si Judas, if you read him in the Gospels, overall, hindi maganda ang mental health niya. Baka na-experience niya yung psychological pain. Kasi si Judas, mataas ang level of materialism. Mahilig siya sa mga material things. If you read the Gospels, ang daming mga indicators doon na mahilig sa material things si Judas. After all, diba? He betrayed Jesus kapalit ng something material. Diba? And, in the long run, or if you read the Gospels, alam nyo naman kung anong ginawa ni Judas sa sarili niya that may indicate na talagang siya meron siyang psychological pain out of him being a materialist. Does that make sense? Think about it. Alright? So as I end this lecture, alam niyo naman ako, marami na naman akong tanong dito, and I'm going to present, could it be questions? Okay? Nagtatanong lang ako dito. Hindi ako nagpipilit ng truth dito. If you wanna believe, go ahead. But I strongly believe that these things are true. But I'm going to present this in the question form. Number 1, after everything I've mentioned about materialism, napaisip na naman ako, is Jesus a psychology major? Paano ko na naman nasabi? Kasi nga, yung mga sinasabi na naman niya in his teachings, very in line with what psychological research is confirming. Diba, going back to his teachings, yung pinakita ko kanina, yung mga ganyan. Paano nalaman ni Jesus na hindi maganda yung materialism sa tao? Kaya niya pinapaiwas yung mga tao from these things. Why? Nabasa ba niya yung journal article na to? Binasa ba niya yan? Nag-review of literature ba siya muna bago siya nag-preach? Kaya niya alam to? Of course, lang yun, no? Rhetorical question lang yun na hindi seryoso. Kasi wala pa namang journal articles during that time. Does that make sense? But yun na nga. Bakit kapag si Jesus may sinasabi, later on, psychological science confirms the validity, confirms the logicality of Jesus' teachings? Ako, ang sagot ko dyan, at marami na namang magagalit sa akin dito. Okay. Tataasan naman yung mga blood pressure. Ihanda nyo na yung mga yung mga gamot nyo, may mga high blood dyan. Kasi sasabihin ko, tataas na naman yung blood pressure nyo. Kasi ako naniniwala na ang psychology, it's created through Him and for Him. This field that we are in, psychology, where we talk about the psyche, after all, si Kristo ang gumawa ng psyche, for sure alam niya yung dynamics ng psyche. Kaya alam niya. So when Jesus makes statements about the psyche, in His words, in the Gospels, we have to take it seriously. Everything was created through Him and for Him. And I strongly believe that includes our beloved field, psychology. Number 2, after everything I've shared, is this a confirmation na totoo ngang meron tayong spiritual nature? Na ang tao, we are not physical in essence, but we are spiritual in essence. Meron tayong kaluluwa na nasa loob ng katawan. We are not just physical beings. What if, ito yung malaki kong what if, psychological beings are not meant to be empowered by physical things. Isipin nyo yun. If we are spiritual in nature, then that means, ano lang dapat yung makakasatisfy sa atin? Ano lang yung dapat makakabigay sa atin ng fulfillment? Dapat, spiritual things. Diba? Spiritual beings need spiritual things, not physical things. Unfortunately, in our society today, yan yung popular teaching na ang kailangan mo para sumaya, na ang kailangan mo para maging mataas ang self-esteem mo, na ang kailangan mo para maging okay ka overall, psychologically, bili ka ng mga things na gusto mo. You deserve the best. Pamper yourself. Retail therapy. Di ba may term na ganyan, retail therapy? Pag malungkot ka, bilhin mo yung mga bagay na gusto mong bilhin for yourself. Gagawa natin ng ibang lecture yan. Hanggang saan nag-work yung retail therapy, but in the long run, paninindigan ko to, being spiritual beings ourselves, hindi kaya ng physical things ang masatisfy tayo. You know? Partial support on this claim, may study na ginawa sa Dittmar et al. Basahin ko, in actuality, sabi sa conclusion nila, materialistic individuals tend to be less happy as well as less satisfied with their lives versus individuals who are less materialistic individuals. Binasa ko na pala kanina to. So itong what if na to connected dito. Na yung mga tao na attached sa mga material things, lagi nilang binibili yung mga bagay na gusto nilang bilhin kasi feeling nila they deserve it. Gift sa sarili. In the long run, they are less happy and less satisfied. Ang reasoning ko dito is, kung tayo mga physical beings lang talaga, wala tayong kaluluwa, wala tayong spirito, wala tayong psyche, we are just brains. Hindi ba ang logical outcome dapat nito is, material things, physical things are enough to make us happy, to get us going. Make sense, diba? Kasi brain ka lang physical ka lang So kung physical lang tayo, dapat enough na, sapat na yung may bago kang kotse. Sapat na yung nakakakain ka ng 3 beses sa isang araw. Sapat na may bago kang laptop. Sapat na lumalaki yung sweldo mo every year. You know, but that's not what the data is saying. Just the opposite. Na mas dumidikit ka, mas attached ka sa material things, mas nasisira pa yung psyche mo. Nagme-make sense na naman ba yung sinagot ni Jesus dun sa demonyo? Remember yung tinatempt si Jesus in the desert? Isa sa mga unang atake ng demonyo kay Jesus, gumamit siya ng materialism Sabi niya, kung ikaw talaga anak ng Diyos, gawin mo ngang tinapay yung bato. O, diba? Yung pang-tempt niya, it's something material. The stone, turn it to bread and end your hunger. But what did Jesus say? Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Yung word that comes from the mouth of God, it's spiritual. Okay? Hindi sinasabi ni Jesus na masama ang kumain ng bread. Hindi niya sinasabing masama ang physical food. Pero ang masama, yun lang. Kung physical food lang, hindi enough yan. You need more than just physical food. You need spiritual things such as the word that comes from the mouth of God. Tumindi na naman yung hinala ko, ito talaga si Jesus sa tingin ko. Hindi lang niya sinasabi, may PhD to sa psychology. Alam niya what it means to be attached to physical things we are not meant to be. A partial support on this, in the literature, if you read materialism, guess what? Anong finding in connection to spirituality? Lagi silang opposite ang relationship. Yung mga psych majors, dapat alam niyo yan. Anong ibig sabihin ng inverse relationship? As A goes up, B goes down. Palitan niyo yung variables. As spirituality goes up, the more you are connected to God, the lower your materialism is. And vice versa, mas mataas ang materialism mo, mas bababa ang spirituality mo. Hindi sila nagtatagpo. Polar opposite sila. Mataas ang isa, bababa yung isa. Bababa yung isa, tataas yung isa. Bakit? Hindi kasi sila talaga compatible. Tayong mga spiritual beings must only be satisfied by spiritual things, not by material things. Yung corny kong analogy dito, alam niyo naman ako, mahilig ako sa mga corny analogy. Imagine mo yung Lamborghini mo, okay? Lagyan mo ng Coke. Tingin mo aandar? Syempre hindi. Hindi lang sa hindi pa aandar yan, baka masira pa yan. Tanong, bakit? Kasi yung Lamborghini, hindi siya ginawa para lagyan ng Coke. Ang isang Lamborghini, hindi Coke ang kailangan niya. Anong kailangan niya? Fuel. Iba ang nature ng fuel sa food. Kasi pwede natin i-consider yung Coke as food under drinks, di ba? Ganun din sa spiritual realm. Kung tayo mga spiritual na tao, ang makakapag-satisfy sa atin, ang makakasustain ng functioning natin is not something physical, rather something spiritual. Prayer, intimacy with God, God's Word, worship, gratitude, forgiveness, grace, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, again, in our popular teachings today, baliktad yung tinuturo. You are a spiritual being. Kung gusto mo maging okay, punuin mo yung sarili mo ng physical things. Yan. Sports car, condo, lakihan mo yung sweldo mo, achievements, so on and so forth. Kaya kung gagamitin mo tong analogy na to, parang, di ba, everyday nangyayari yan. Yun na yung Lamborghini, nilalagyan mo ng Coke. Sayang, masisira yung Lamborghini. Huwag mong gawin yan. Does that make sense? And number 3, could it be that materialistic value is a spiritual warfare? Hindi kaya yung popularity ng materialistic value, it's not only a social thing. Although it could be, pwedeng i-explain yan ng social psychology kung bakit ba ang mga tao ngayon mahilig sa materialistic culture, no? But let me offer another explanation using the spiritual lens, the spiritual warfare lens. 'Di ba? Kasi ang demonyo, ang goal ng demonyo, palayuin yung psyche from God. Our psyche becomes perfectly fine if we have intimacy with God. Kapag malapit yung psyche sa creator niya, who is God. Ngayon, itong demonyo, gagamitin niya yung materialism to create that separation from God. Papalayuin niya yung psyche from God using materialism. After all, again, if you go back to that part in the Gospels where Jesus was being tempted by the devil, yung isa na naman yung atake, gumamit na naman siya ng materialism eh. Again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor, which is highly materialistic. All this I will give you, he said, if you will bow down and worship me. Convert mo yan in our everyday situation. Most likely ganyan yan eh. Diba? Na yung demonyo, each one of us, in the cultural level, in the social level, we are hearing this temptation. All you need are material things. Don't think about spiritual things. Don't think about God. Ang nagmamatter, yung material things of the world. Partial support from the literature. Baka sabihin nyo, puro lang ako demonyo dito. Sabi ni Sommer and Rubio, they found out that very materialistic individuals, eto na, seek more support from objects than humans in reference to coping. Isa yan sa mga outcomes ng pagiging materyoso. Sa sobrang attached nila sa mga material things, dumadating na sila sa point na humahanap na sila ng support no longer from human beings, no longer from God, but saan na? From objects. Grabe, ganun nakatindi. And if that happens, di ba, in the spiritual realm, the devil becomes happy and successful. Kasi kapag yung tao may problema, kailangan ng resources at hindi na pumupunta sa creator niya, yan nga yung goal niya, matutupad yung goal niya because that's exactly what the devil wants. to make us less and less spiritual and make us more and more material, such as what Sommer and Rubio mention here, na parami ng parami ang mga tao ngayon na highly materialistic. Ang solution na nila sa mga problema, lumalapit na sila kanino? Sa mga objects to solve certain existential problems, such as what was reported by APA. Grabe to. Basahin niyo tong article na to. Psychologists say patients are turning to chatbots, which is part of the material world, as mental health professionals. Oh my goodness. So marami mga tao ngayon may psychological/spiritual problems. What do? They don't pray. They don't worship. They don't read God's word. Rather, they would do what? They would turn on their laptops or computers and begin talking to chatbots. Kaya ako, though I don't have physical data on this, pag ito nangyayari, sa tingin ko ang demonyo tuwang-tuwa. Ayan, as you can see here, tuwang-tuwa, nagdiriwang. Because that's exactly what the demon wants to happen. That people turn away from God and attach themselves, be obsessed with the material world. To the point na kahit yung mga emotional and spiritual needs nila, kinukuha na nila sa mga physical and material chatbots. Kaya nga dapat natin kamustahin, as I end this lecture, yung overall Philippine society natin ngayon. How materialistic are we? If you listen to the news, watch the news, browse through social media, observe your friends or observe yourself. Estimate nyo, mataas ba ang materialism ng mga Pilipino? And whatever your answer is, tingin nyo yung overall materialism natin as a nation. May kinalaman kaya yan sa overall psychological condition natin? That's a good question to ask. And that's a good research topic to do. Ayan na naman yung mga mahihilig mag-research dyan. Ito yung research question ko. Pwede nyong hanapan ng data. No need for my permission. Gawin nyo na kaagad. Balitaan nyo na lang ako sa results. Diba? Materialism level of Philippine society and its relationship to well-being. Oh, diba? Gandang research topic yan. If you have time, you can research on this. Pero ako, ang hypothesis ko dito, kahit wala pa akong data, but based on everything I've shared here, the same. Estimate ko mataas ang level of materialism natin, especially of the young people today. Kaya overall, among young people today, mababa ang well-being. Does that make sense? Pero maganda rin dito, siguro kung gagawin nyo itong research, i-age group nyo. Diba? May data kayo for young people or for adolescents, for emerging adulthood, for middle adulthood, for old age. Tapos, tignan nyo yung, i-treat nyo yung well-being as predictor against the overall materialism of those age groups. So, grabing gandang paper yan. So, again, if you have time, pwede nyong gawin yung framework na dinidescribe nyo dito. Pero ako, again, ang hypothesis ko dito, the same with the literature. Pag mataas ang materialism natin overall, especially young people today, most likely mabababa ang well-being nila. At ang isang antidote dyan is to become less material and be more spiritual. Ayun. Maliwanag. So, yun lang. Sana marami kayong natutunan sa maikli nating lecture on exploring the effects of materialistic lifestyle on mental health. If you have any questions or comments, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa baba sa comment section. Sir Howard here. Until the next lecture, God bless everyone. Ingat kayong lahat. Bye-bye.